What's up, Internet? This is a Big Fat Video Game Nerd, and I haven't done a video in a little bit, so I just wanted to make a real quick movie review of a movie I saw about a week and a half ago called The Bourne Legacy. And I wanted to do this video for two reasons. The first I just told you, and the second being that I really hated this movie, and I just wanted to share that with you. I did a review over on geeksmash.com, and I said that I could describe this movie in one word, and that word is incoherent. And I really do stand by that statement. It was bad. I was really excited about this movie, and it was a total letdown. I thought that Jeremy Renner as Aaron Cross or Hawkeye as a spy was going to be really cool, especially if it was done right in the Bourne universe, and I had really high hopes for this film. But it was a huge letdown, and I called it in that review and on this one as well, the most disappointing movie of the year. Now, the basic plot of this movie, so big spoiler alert, is that this dumb soldier with an IQ so low that his recruiting officer had to round it up by 12 points just because he wanted to meet some kind of quota, became the super spy because he was injured in the line of duty and by a bomb blast. So the Outcome decided to recruit him. This is a CIA black op that uses blue and green pills to chemically enhance agents and alter their DNA and turn them into super soldiers, and enhances their intelligence, their physical capabilities, and turns them into a super spy. So here we have this character, Aaron Cross, and this program has been leaked out to the press, and the higher-ups have decided to shut down the whole thing. So Edward Norton, is in the film playing the guy has to give the kill command, and the writing was just really bad, and the lines were terrible, and it was just, there wasn't very much action. And so, they try to kill this guy, and he goes after, it almost seems like the plot was an afterthought, like, oh, well, what's motivating the super spy to keep fighting? And they decided to try to set it up for a second film, which I thought was a terrible idea. So, he's got impeccable timing. Like, he gets out of the building just in time before they blow it up. He gets to this lady that's just happens to have all this inside information about the pills just in time before the government kills her, and, they escape, and they have to go to Philippines to get this, medicine that's going to cure him of the need to take these pills. I mean, he's completely selfishly motivated in order to, keep his super abilities. Like, I don't want to go back to being stupid and not very strong and stuff. So, it's incredible that this lady helps him. And again, it's just because she wants to survive. And they go to the Philippines, and they end up, yay, I get to keep my superhuman powers and stuff. And there's this shootout scene, and the last 15 minutes of the film is just this long ass chase scene that ends up with the super spy being defeated, even though they don't actually show him dying. So it's a huge setup for the next film, and and you're just left with a lot of questioning. Like, there's no spying in the movie. There's no close quarters combat. They try to set up this awkward love story at the end, which I really don't get. They mention Bourne once, okay, and then what happens next? I get it. It was a generic action movie, but it was so far below average that it really frustrates me that I had to pay $10 for it, and I really don't want anyone to ever have to go see this movie in theaters. And I don't want to have to pay for a second movie when they should have told the whole story in the first movie. Like, you don't need to set it up for another trilogy. Like, there's no reason to do that. Make a standalone good movie and then, set it up for something else after you've finished telling a good story. But they didn't do that, And the only hope that I have is that maybe they'll bring Jason back. Maybe Matt Damon will sign on for the 5th film, and they'll redeem it. Maybe they'll have some spy versus spy action and things like that. But I am so freaking frustrated, and I'd like to find out, am I just crazy? I mean, like, especially the scene at the beginning of the movie, I'm sure you guys all know what I'm talking about, where he shoots that drone. If you're thinking about the airspeed at which it would have to travel, the fact that he took out, I think he fired 2 or 3 shots, but there's no way that he could have taken out the camera and the engines in those shots from that distance with that object traveling at that speed. And I liken it back to the other films, which I did enjoy, by the way, but that shot where he makes it through like the building and through the truck window and just the impossible things that happen. I don't care, you know, especially with the amount, you know, they're saying, oh, it enhances, you know, by this much, etc., etc., etc. And they just do such a poor job of telling stories. And this is what I'm talking about. You know, I don't rant on things if I think that I couldn't have done a better job. Like, I'm going to do a video here in a little bit on The Expendables 2. You know, for what it was, I don't think I could have really, honestly, made a better film because it's supposed to be cheesy. It's supposed to have lots of one-liners. And it's supposed to just be really gory and crazy. So when you're comparing these action movies that came out very close to one another, Bourne is like a B-rated film, and Expendables is like an A-rated film, which isn't saying a lot, which pulls this score down even further. I mean, I can't even give this movie a passing grade. This movie fails. And on a scale of 100, I gave it a 44 out of 100, and that is a failing movie. I can't believe that the same guy wrote all 4 of these films. I just don't understand what happened. Like, I just really don't get it. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you enjoyed the film, but I did not. I thought it was terrible. And I just wanted to sound off on it. This video is really, really ranty, so I'm going to cut it right here. This is Big Fat Video Game Nerd signing off. I fucking hated the Bourne Legacy.